working with them, I was just glad that we were having some help coming in and that they were so willing to come and help us, because they live in Denton and we were in Fort Worth, and for them to come, they would sometimes come twice a week towards our rehearsals, or maybe once a week, but just that effort, I was like, wow, they really want to help us. And I looked up to them because I'm like, I want to play like them. I want to be as good as them. And, you know, that's how they taught us. They're like, oh, we'll play like this and use this technique. And they really got their point across to me.
It seemed like they were like genuinely interested in our mariachi well-being, and I think never did I feel like, you know, like they didn't take us seriously, or that, you know, we were just, oh, like they're just high school kids. Like, I think they helped us a lot to feel like, you know, they wanted to kind of be our equal and just show us what they know, and they knew that we were also really willing to learn and wanting to learn.
Like the fact that they were university students and they were taking like the time out of their schedules to come and help us out was what really like impacted me the most, is that they were actually willing to be there for us. And just the fact that they were students is what made me look up to them even more, because like they haven't graduated yet and they're already teaching other kids how to do this. So that really impacted me a lot.
Camp was super fun.
Camp was amazing.
It's always something I look forward to, you know, after a long year of, you know, being in school and, you know, whatever, looking forward to camp, because you get to see all of your friends from the other high schools. At least whenever I was in high school, you know, like it was cool being able to see all of them and see kind of like and remember from where you were the previous year and see, you know, like, wow, like look how far we've come. And now being in college, being kind of on the other side of being in camp, being a counselor, and, you know, I feel like there's kind of more responsibility to be like an example, because I remember whenever I was in high school, I really looked up to the people who were in Aguilas and that were my counselors and helped me, and, you know, not just musically, but just were, you know, mentors for me, and I could ask them anything, and, you know, kind of the roles switched, and now I knew that I wanted to be that for the high school kids too.
So it was really fun to get new music, to work with other kids that you're not usually around. You get to learn. You learn a lot from each other, especially like even if it's not from your teachers, you learn a lot from the kids too. You have like jam sessions where everyone just gets together, starts playing. It's like it's family.
That it was never really about, you know, your school being the best or you being the best player. It was just about everybody just supporting each other, and it sounds kind of cheesy, but I think that's really what I experienced. Was like, I remember for some of our concerts at past school, like a lot of the Grand Prairie kids would always come to our concerts and stuff and just hang out with us afterwards, and just because, like, and I think it always felt that sense of family, like, you know, we wanted to be each other's friends and learn music together, and, you know, they teach me something that I don't know, and I can teach something that they maybe don't know.
Yeah, it was never about competition or anything. It's just, you're just there as a whole unit.
We made so many new friends, and we got to learn a lot of new music. And like they were saying, the jam sessions, we would stay up all night just jamming out with kids from the other high schools, and we ended up like exchanging numbers and contacting each other on Facebook. And I know that I still keep in contact with a lot of the friends that I made in that 1 week that we were there.
Yeah, like having Jose Hernandez to come, to me, you know, like all of us, we all straighten out our backs, you know, we're ready to play. I mean, we're all professionals when it comes to the music world, because we would even as younger girls go do gigs, but they see him, that how far he got in his career, to see that, I'm like, wow, we could do that, you know, and we have someone, this figure, this person come here and teach us these things, to have him just like even present himself. That's amazing.
I really had no idea who he was. I was just like, okay, he's just some other guy who plays mariachi music, alright. But then when we got here and everyone was making such a big deal about it, and so I started like looking him up online and researching, and I was just like, oh my goodness. Like, he's here to teach us. He's here to help us out, and the fact that he has such a busy schedule and that he takes out the time to come down here and to help everyone out was just amazing to me. So I was like, I want to be able to go where where I know that I'm going to be able to count on people, where I know that I'm going to have someone to go to if I'm having any problems, like Jason and Alex and all them, like I already know all of them. So like if anything, I can always count on them for something. And so that was honestly like a big...
So because you
big
got to know
decision.
them from camp, you felt like you already had a support system here.
Definitely.
UNT is a college of music, but that's not what I came here for. You know, all of our group, all of us have different majors, not just music majors. But to have this program, it has helped me in school. I mean, I always think, well, I wasn't in Águilas for a semester, and I was just drained because I needed something to, you know, to have as a stress reliever. And I didn't have Mariachi Águilas for a while, and I was like, man, I need to do something. And when I came back, my grades showed that.
Coming to camp, I think, because neither of us had really even been to Denton, so I think like having, being at the camps created such a positive association with UNT, and I think it made it a little bit less scary, like the idea of like going to a university and like moving out and being in a dorm and eating in the cafeterias and being with a whole bunch of different people. So I think as far as camp, we can definitely give a different perspective to the high school kids and say, you know, like, you know, maybe you only think you're interested in mariachi now, but if you get in college, you know, like, it's totally different, and it's really fun. Like, it's, you know, I think being here has opened up, you know, so many more opportunities, like, for mariachi. So, you know, like, the kids in high school, like, they're just getting kind of, like, a taste of it. And I think, you know, now that I was in high school in mariachi, now that I'm in college, I can really kind of be a spokesperson for that and be an example.
You see both sides now, because once you were a student, and then now you're maybe going to teach other kids. So as, I guess, a counselor, you can be even more understanding and seeing how a kid from high school who's just in high school coming out here not knowing anything and be like, oh, well, I have this person teaching me. You can be more understanding and see how, and you know how they feel.
And then when I got to college and decided that I don't want to be a music major, mariachi is like the way for me to be able to keep up with music and to be able to keep music in my life. And so I honestly feel like mariachi is going to be something that's in my life for forever.
Because sometimes you, like, when you, like, kids that are in orchestra, for example, like we're in orchestra, or we were in orchestra, once you graduated high school, you're not doing that anymore, you know? That's just, oh, it happened. But with this, I mean, of course you can pursue it if you'd like to, but this is an ongoing thing. I mean, who do you know who keeps, after they graduate high school, who do you know who stays in band or who stays in orchestra? Not a lot.
My name is Victoria Valero. I play vihuela, and I went to Pascal High School, and I come to UNT now, and I'm studying kinesiology.
My name is Dora Okive. I also went to Pascal High School. My instrument is a vihuela, and I am a biochemist major.
My name is Danny Martinez. I went to South Garland High School. I'm looking into psychology and criminal justice, and I play the guitar.